Welcome to the Spirit of Doom.
Welcome, dear listeners, and gratitude for tuning into another edition of The Spirit of Do, a bi-weekly show exclusive to Radio Yesterday, airing Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. South African Standard Time, with me, David John Wayne Bailey, your host and guide as we embark upon a journey to bridge the gap between thought and action. Alicia grew up in a relatively average household. The father was a factory worker, mother as well, in the same factory actually. She had no particular dreams or goals in mind. She was a beautiful young girl, caramel colored skin, long black hair, an outstanding characteristic of hers, with brown eyes that reflected the light. Coming from an average household where her family was staunchly religious, her father was a good man considered in all aspects. Her mother was a caring housewife. It was up until a few years later that her mother lost the job at the factory due to downsizing. The father was the only one working, contributing financially, becoming the sole breadwinner. The mother became a full-time housewife. This worked for a while until the financial rigors and strains actually weighed more heavily upon her father. This would lead to a turning point in Alicia's life. The financial strain eventually took its toll, and many would say that that's what caused the death of her father. It could not be proven that it was a suicide, but he passed away and he left. Fortunately, insurance was able to pay out, and he left his wife and his daughter with some money that they could pay off the house in electricity, where they continued to live. This happened when Alicia was standard 8 or grade 10, and she took it quite hard as a teenager that was still in the process of discovering herself. What made it worse was that her mother took it so hard, and it was such a terrible blow for her because she lost a partner of 20 plus years, gone in an instant, and she was now left all alone, and there was little comfort that a daughter that was still in high school could give her. And she started losing that love and that warmth and the kindness that usually pervaded the household because of the absence of the father figure. And for Alicia took it worse as well because there was no there was no guidance, there was no protection that the father figure usually affords, and she was in many relationships with boys that did not care about her, that she was hoping to get something out of that would fill the void in her life. This would eventually lead to Alicia falling pregnant in a matric year. She was able to finish high school and she was able to get a matric certificate, but now she had a child and she was living in a house with a mother that was a shell of a former self, not speaking much, not contributing to the dynamic of the family. And Alicia was expected to do virtually everything: clean the house, cook, look for work. And it was on one fateful day that Alicia woke up and she really thought about her life. She thought about what it was, where she currently is, and the kind of future she wanted for herself, and the kind of future she wanted for her now 3-year-old daughter. She reflected on her mother's life, how that was with her father, and prior to that, from the stories her mother used to tell her when she grew up. She reflected on her own current life, where it was, what she was doing. Yes, they were financially okay, but Alicia felt that she had to contribute something. And she reflected on the future, what her life would be and what her daughter's life would be like. And she made a decision then and there, sitting in a bed, that she would change her circumstances. So the one thing she always wanted to do was she always wanted to be a hairdresser. That was a passion. Her father had long hair, and what she used to do was she always used to style his hair and give him haircuts. And he was always so impressed, and he always got compliments from his friends at work or from his friends in the area, that he used to invite them over, and Alicia used to give them haircuts. This was when she was 11, 12 years old, so she had a gift for it. And this morning she decided she was going to land a hairdressing job. There was a hairdresser around the corner, close to where Spelling Primary is now. She got up, she got dressed, took the child, left the child with a neighbor, a daughter, and she walked down Spelling Drive, past the houses, past the school, got to the hairdresser, spoke to the lady there, and within 2 minutes she was hired. She started a job that very same morning and followed a passion. She's probably still there cutting hair, who knows? She might have opened a string of salons. That was part of the goals and the dreams she set for herself as well. So what Alicia could have done was she could have still been mourning her father to this day. We never really forget the ones who made an impact in our lives, especially a positive impact in our lives, and we carry them with us wherever we go. Or she could have done the other thing, gotten up and made a conscious decision to change the trajectory of her life, which is what she did. Quote of the day: you can't do everything, but you can do something. Attributed to Jeff Dixon. Gratitude for tuning into this week's edition of The Spirit of Do, with me, your host and guide, David John Wayne Bailey on Radio East River. I look forward to spending some quality time with you again this coming Friday at 10 a.m. South African Standard Time. Oh, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the show. So feel free to reach out to me via email, david@davidjohnwaynebailey.com, or Twitter and Instagram at davbay83. Till then, keep doing what you're passionate about. Love and inner peace.